Howdy y'all, Big Country here with Big Country Survival, and this is how you make some cheap cordage. Plastic bottles. Alright, I'm just going around. I don't have any special tool. They make special tools for this, but you know, I don't have any special tool for it, and that's more than I need. That's just an old cheap Propel bottle, and I got some wide spots in here. It's a little wonky, so I got it sitting down on the table. I'm gonna trim it up just a little bit if I wanted to, you know, or just make it thinner, you know, whatever, right? I could, or I could just leave it as it is, because, you know, I don't really need it to look pretty. And, you know, here's, that was a thin spot. But, I mean, really, like, this thickness, I can say, I mean, that's relatively strong. I mean, considering it's a cheap plastic bottle. So now, why am I talking about this for cordage? I mean, you don't need, you know, well, it's like, oh, I got 550 cord. Well, hey, 550 cord is in a lot of cases overkill, right? And this isn't something like this should be your only plan for cordage, but it is kind of an emergency cordage thing, or something that you could do to avoid wasting your good cordage, right? Like this, I mean, you build a lean-to or something, some kind of shelter, and you use this plastic bottle twine as lashing, right? You know, just pretend there's something else here. And, you know, and right here, I'm just doing a run-of-the-mill, you know, square knot, as best I can. Like this one, I got to that thickness and I whittled it down. I actually didn't have too difficult a time getting a square knot out of it. And so I'm rocking this thing, and oh, just add a little bit of heat. Hopefully my lighter holds out. I'm running a little low, about time to get a new lighter for my everyday carry. But I mean, I can just meld this in, and the lighter just wore out, but I got it down on there pretty tight. Let it cool just a sec. I mean, yeah, it ain't perfect, but I also, like I said, I ran on a lighter, so and I'm not actually lashing anything, but you get my point with all this. This is cheap cordage, emergency cordage. Like I said, this little setup here, that'd be plenty for a lean-to. That'd be plenty for, you know, fixing, say your pack, something broke on your pack and you don't have any paracord. It's something that you could use. I mean, there's infinite, whatever you can use cordage for, you can use cordage made from a plastic bottle for. Now, why in the world would I want plastic bottle cordage? Why in the world would I even want to see a video about this, or even think about this as an option? Mankind is hooked on plastic bottles. We are. There's a lot of crazy stuff you can do with plastic bottles. And pretty much everywhere you go. I mean, I'm sure, like, I mean, I could go out into the middle of the Alaskan wilderness, and you know what? In a lot of places, I would probably find a plastic bottle. if I'm stranded on a desert island, I guarantee you there will be plastic bottles. You know, the oceans are full of them, especially when you get around some, you know, coasts. And there's just piles of plastic bottles in the ocean. I've seen this. I've got pictures to prove it. But, you know, it's something that you can have as cordage. You can find plastic bottles. And this blade here isn't particularly sharp, but I'm still cutting through it. I'm making some bigger swaths, but you can make bigger swaths for different uses, right? Even like this, say I'm thinking about a pack, like I could wrap this up, wrap it up, heat it up, crimp it down. It'll hold some. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with these plastic bottles. Or I could trim this up smaller and make it into a little more, you know, usable cordage. You know, I know this isn't something crazy fancy or anything, but plastic bottles have so many uses, and you're going to be able to find them for a long time. I mean, you're going to be able to find them for a long time. So you might as well make the best of them. And this is really coming into play on a future video where I'm going to be building for you guys, and I'm going to be showing a snuff can survival, like survival kit. And just something that I can carry around with me. Have, you know, a little more basic stuff other than what you've seen on my EDC, and just some like little emergency stuff. And so since it's going in a snuff can, I don't have a lot of space for a whole lot of different stuff, right? I mean, like cordage wise, I mean, if I want to get everything else in, I'm not going to have a lot of space for that in a snuff can, right? And enough cordage. But if I've got, say, a Stanley knife blade, I can go through and yes, this is not perfect, right? This is actually not easy without a handle, but you get my point. Actually, I'm going to take the plastic here, improvise. I've not actually tried this before, so you guys are seeing this for the first time on this video. You know, I did not try this on any previous videos or anything, so we'll see how this works. I mean, this isn't a perfect system, no. But alright, it did come up pretty thick, but again, I can make it smaller. Again, this is obviously a lot more difficult than with a handle, right? I mean, that should go without saying. But it is better than nothing. And this is an absolute emergency situation, right? So, anyway, that's what I got. That's my idea. Hope it was useful to you guys. Be watching for my snuff can survival kit, and I'll be putting it out hopefully the next week or so. Hopefully. So, I lost my train of thought. Alright, yep, that's it. So, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't like this video, hit the dislike. I don't care. Actually, I kind of care. Sort of. Maybe. Yeah, I know. I'm a nut. But, anyway. Go ahead. Got any other ideas? Leave a comment section below. Till next time, this is Big Country Survival. Signing out. And God bless.